Now, I have seen our second speaker first time on a YouTube video where she was giving her icebreaker speech, choosing choices, something based on choices. And her confidence, the way she talks, inspired us immensely. And today, she's again giving her icebreaker, but from a different pathway. And since it's an icebreaker, so it's our time to motivate her by giving a thunder round of applause with our video on. Before she starts, do you know which movie inspired her the most? The movie is Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara. To know more about her, please welcome the glowing star of the Toastmaster universe, TM Sutapa, with her speech titled, Do You Know Me? Do You Know Me? TM Sutapa, over to you.
How many of you here know me? Can I have a show of hands with videos on? Even the emoji will do. I am flattered. Now let me see what exactly you know about me. Let's play a game, okay? I'll give you a few words. Tell me if you can relate that word to me. I'll repeat. I'll give you a few words. Tell me if you can relate that word to me. Game? Got it? Brilliant. Let's get started. So here's the first word. Ever smiling. Okay. Confident.
Yeah, very much.
Okay, thank you. Self-reliant. Okay. Let's try crybaby. No? Okay. Nervous, scared. No? Okay. Dependent on others all the time? No? Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Do you know me? Really? During my childhood, as I was told later, I used to be an extremely shy and timid kid. Apparently, I used to hide behind doors at the sight of strangers in my house. My mother never really had to warn me against talking to strangers. That was by default. It didn't help that my elder sibling had completely opposite personality traits. Upon too much prodding and upon insistence, big, round, watery droplets used to gather in my eyes and flow down my chubby cheeks till the time people used to take pity on me and spare me my solitude. It was not just about strangers. Any lost argument, any unfulfilled wish, minor disagreements, anything and everything often found me in pool of salty water. As per my family, I used to get my ways around using my tears as my weapon. Now, of course, I had very different explanation to all that meltdowns which I had then, or to be honest, I even have now, but that's a different story altogether. During my adolescence, I realized, like most of us often do, that in this big, wide, bad world, there is nobody to understand my tears. And it is just not worth wasting my precious pearls on silly worldly expectations. There's no time for explanations anyways. I also realized that nobody questions a smile. The brighter, the better. So in goes the touchy, sensitive girl in a closet, and out comes a bright and jubilant smile. It becomes so much that it becomes your second nature. Yes, I literally built my ever-smiling avatar. Did I tell you that during my childhood, I used to be scared of darkness? I always felt that there is somebody who used to stare at me from those dark corners. Now, it was a figment of imagination of a mind fed with thrillers that you get to watch over television, you could say. But at that point of time, it was a crisis moment in my life. During those days, we used to stay in the ground floor. And in my house, we had a garden space alongside a garage area. In the evening or late at night, the play of light and shadow was a perfect setting for a thriller. I remember one such evening when I was roaming around in the garden, and then there was a sudden power cut. Engulfed in darkness, I again had that same feeling that there was somebody who was staring at me from the darkness. I didn't know what to do. I closed my eyes and ran for my life, and then I tripped and fell and hurt myself badly. Back home, I was too embarrassed to tell them the exact story, but I realized that I had to put an end to this misery myself. So I started playing a game with myself. I started staring back at darkness. Yes, you heard me right. So I chose a lighted area of the house and started staring back at the dark corners in the garden. 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 10 minutes, 15. Then slowly, I left my comfortable lighted area and ventured out in the garden area. Till a point, I reached where the dark corners actually offered me comfort and peace after a tired and stressful day. And that is where perhaps the confidence or getting over the unknown thing got over me and it started brewing. During my childhood, since I was the youngest in the house, help was always around the corner. So anything I needed to do, be it by way of school project work or be it getting decked up for any occasion, my sister was my constant aid. But of course, we did have our sibling rivalry and sibling fights also along the way. And during one such fight, I remember I had to attend my school farewell function. And as usual, everybody knows that we have to look our best. And my sister was supposed to be my personal stylist. But as luck would have it, we ended up fighting badly the night before. And in the next morning, she went to her college without helping me with the dress. And I was supposed to wear a sari. Come to think of it. I didn't know what to do about the long cloth, forget the makeup. But I was determined not to get her away with the feeling that she could put me in a spot just because I depended on her. It took me 3 hours. But that day, when I stepped out of the house, I adorned the 9 yards, put on the lipstick, the only thing I knew was makeup, and moved on. They say that your circumstances change you, mold you. But I think the personal traits, your core values still remain with you. The confident, ever smiling, self-reliant self, that is me, of course. But remember the girl I put inside the closet? The shy, timid, quiet character? Hey, she's still there with me. She's part of me. She makes me what I am. She makes me complete. She holds me together and brings me out to all of you in the avatar that you get to see me. I never really let her go away from me. So, Toastmasters, do you know me now? You do? I think you do a little better than what you did before. Toastmaster of the day.
A big round of applause for the TM Sutapa. What a brilliant performance it is, and a great learning experience for all the new Toastmasters, I must say. Keep that applause going on.